published 1323 EDT, the 22nd of August 2017, updated 1456 EDT, the 22nd of August 2017. There were times here when Brendan Rodgers found himself back in the tumble dryer. Head spinning, stomach churning as Celtic were propelled back into Beersheva territory, whacking balls into the night sky, clinging to Champions League football by the fingertips. It was too much for the champions of Kazakhstan in the end. A late deflected strike for the excellent Olivier ntcham and an opportunist finish from Lee Griffiths in the 90th minute eased Scotland's champions into Thursday's group stage draw on a comfortable 84 aggregate. But let no one be deceived by the final scoreline. With 20 minutes to play, the Astana arena threatened to become a sweating, exhausting torture chamber for Rodgers and his side. The gamble of playing near Bitten and Kristoffer Ajer in central defence more by circumstance than design threatened to backfire horribly, as the pair were exposed 3 times in the second half to grant Astana hope. Olivier ntcham's goal helped ensure Celtic reached the Champions League group stages. His deflected effort on 80 minutes killed any hopes that Astana had to overturn the tie. Astana Eric, Shitov, Postnikov, Anisik, Shomko, Tłumaczy, Majewski, Kleinheisler, Grahovac 13, Tomasov, Bysabikov 45, Tajibergen 81, Kabananga, Mizhakov. Subs not used: Mokan, Shakov, Mali, Murtaziev, Buk, Postnikov, Shomko, Grahovac. Goals: Ajer Og 26, Mizhakov 48, Tłumaczy 49 and 69. Celtic: Gordon, Lustig, Bitten, Ajer, Tierney, Forrest, Ralston 57, ntcham, Brown, McGregor, Rogic 57, Sinclair, Armstrong 65, Griffiths. Subs not used: De Vries, Gamboa, Hayes, Miller. Goals: Sinclair 33, ntcham 80, Griffiths 90. Referee Pavel Krolovic, Czech Republic. Make no mistake. Inspired by the fleet-footed figure of Twogol Patrick Tłumaczy, Astana had the scent of blood in the nostrils. "Welcome to the annual Beersheva moment," joked Rodgers afterwards. It's 12 months since Celtic's composure almost deserted them in Israel. The Celtic manager regards his team as a different beast to then, but old, familiar failings were evident here. Until ntcham claimed a second goal 10 minutes from time, this was desperate stuff. No team had ever overhauled a 5-goal first-leg deficit in a UEFA competition. There were fleeting moments until those 2 late Celtic goals, as Tłumaczy missed golden chances to trigger a full-scale crisis, when the spectre of history beckoned. "You have to give credit to Astana," said Rodgers. "They changed the shape and went to 352 with 2 players up front. At 41 you can be blurred in that moment. But we made some more changes to try and get the balance to the team, to try and get hold of the ball again, and obviously the second goal was a big goal for us, a good finish and well-worked goal." Celtic fans were in fine voice as they travelled to Kazakhstan with a 51st leg lead. Astana took a surprising lead when Dmitri Shomko's effort was deflected in by Kristoffer Ajer. Shomko celebrates after Ajer's own goal gives Astana a glimmer of hope in the 2-leg tie. In truth, Celtic should have had little need of a second, let alone a third goal. At half-time the Parkhead side were comfortable, the better team even. Dmitri Shomko's wild, hopeful shot spun off the foot of Kristoffer Ajer to nestle in the Celtic net on 26 minutes, but still there was no panic. Scott Sinclair's outstanding curling equaliser on 33 minutes was not only deserved, it looked a precursor of more Celtic goals. A wretched, awful start to the second half. Astana scoring 2 in 2 minutes was the catalyst for what came next. Celtic's 42-game unbeaten run in all competitions is over. Yet the overriding emotion at full-time was relief. However, any hope they had was quickly snuffed out by a moment of Scott Sinclair brilliance running at the Astana backline. He cut in from the left before curling a shot in the top corner. Celtic's number 11 was promptly congratulated by his teammate Kieran. Tierney. Celtic boss Brendan Rodgers speaks with Callum McGregor as the action unfolds. To pre-match injury to number 1 central defender Jozo Simunovic was the catalyst for so many of the problems. Rodgers was forced to reach the promised land with central midfielders playing at the heart of defense. Against Real Madrid or Barcelona, that isn't an option. Shomko's strike was the first Celtic had lost in Champions League qualifying. Regrettably, it wouldn't be the last. At times Celtic were all over the place. Quite why things became so nervy during the opening 25 minutes of the second half is hard to fathom. Sinclair looked to have removed the wind from Astana's sails with a stunning equalizer. Lustig found McGregor in the middle of the Astana half, the winger cutting inside his man and curling one of his trademark finishes beyond Nenaderic. Celtic had their away goal. At 11 they looked comfortable, safe and secure. Little did we know, composure deserted them within minutes of the restart. On 48 minutes Astana regained the lead on the night when Sirzan Mushakov netted. The Astana players celebrate as they now need another 5 goals to go through. On aggregate 5 goals needed became 4 a minute later when Patrick Twumazi headed home for Astana. Astana were given hope by an uncharacteristic piece of sloppy play from Scott Brown. Gifting the ball in his own half to Astana, the captain then headed the resultant cross into the path of Sirzan Mushakov, the playmaker prodding the ball into the top corner from close range for 21. There was no panic. Not yet, but Astana scored again within a minute, and the doubts crept in. Patrick Twumazi had time and space to bullet a downward header beyond Gordon. The visitors, now, were in trouble. Back in Beersheva territory, their energy drained fast. Brendan Rodgers, as he had to make changes. Yet the tide of yellow shirts towards Celtic's goal was relentless. Astana, with some justification, sensed something in the air. 4 goals needed became 3 when Twumazi left. The Celtic defence crestfallen again. Celtic captain Scott Brown left and defender Mikhail Lustig cut. Shell-shocked figures. Matters became downright alarming when, with 20 minutes to play, Astana claimed a 4th goal. Lee Griffiths of all people had a wonderful chance to change the narrative seconds early, controlling a fine Tierney cross on his chest and blazing high and wide. Astana took full advantage. Twumazi capitalized on hesitation from Bittin, cutting in off the right touchline to run unchallenged and hammer the ball between Craig Gordon and the near post into the net. It was an awful goal to lose. There were visions, suddenly, of that horrendous night in art media. Griffiths had another chance to pull one back to ease the pressure in 71 minutes. Winning a free kick from the same position from which he punished England twice in June. This time Nenaderic, who had a fine game, pushed the ball round the post. Lee Griffiths completed the scoring on the night with this strike for Celtic on 90 minutes. The Scotland striker celebrates at full time as Celtic progress on aggregate 84 in Kazakhstan. There were torrid, frenetic moments before ntcham finally removed the tension when Astana could and should have scored a 5th and a 6th through Twumazi. First, Gordon pulled off a brilliant fingertip save, yet the same player blew another glorious chance to claim his hat-trick from 12 yards out 14 minutes from time. He blazed a shot over the bar when it looked easier to score and Celtic caught the breath. Celtic were allowed to breathe again 10 minutes from time. Stuart Armstrong laid the ball across the penalty area for ntcham, an increasingly influential signing, to side-foot a deflected shot past Eric. Griffiths, as he did in Glasgow, had the final say with a firmly struck low shot in the 90th minute. Celtic now wondered what all the fuss was about. They find out around 5:30 p.m. Thursday night.